New York taught me to believe in fate. Had you asked me about fate back when I was a human, I would have told you it was just superstition bullshit. That we are all designers of our own destiny. That belief shattered when the richest woman in the United States, the actual richest one, not a face you would have seen in the papers, of course, sank her teeth deep into my neck. It happened in the very same place you're standing in right now. By the way, fate, you decide. Please, there's absolutely no need to be hostile. Just listen a little bit longer. Maybe my mistake was I flew too close to the sun. It makes sense that my punishment was to never see that glow again. Oh geez, that's a word I can't pronounce. I was kind of I was kind of I, I was hot shit. I had all money, looks, confidence, connections, men, women, a career, and the spark in my life, and one you need to be born with. And that's when someone far more powerful than me saw my radiance and thought, that won't do. She robbed me of the light erupting from within and gave me a substance, endearing gleam in its place. She decided that it would fit me much better. She was a 19th generation, just like you, an apex predator. She probably enjoyed teaching me the peak of human excellence. My real place in the food chain. In such an eyesore. It's such an eyesore when you look at some loudmouth baguettes and see them for all they really are. Temptation to teach them a lesson can be unbearable, right? Well, my sire's lesson was a lesson about fate, a message saying your eternal doom to be at the mercy of your sovereigns. It mostly drove me to destroy myself. What saved me was the ability to reinterpret her teachings. Her wasn't a message of doom, it was a message of hope. Fate exists, and one you can shape it if given the right tools. My sire didn't believe my tools were fitting for the job. She considered them toys, and me, just her amusing subject. Well, she dealt she's deadlier than dead now, and I'm still here standing right where she stood when we first met. You might have wondered how I learned about your arrival in JFK Airport. My answer is, of course, destiny. As luck would have it, today happens to be the day some of my oh geez were inspecting the coffin. My associates were inspecting the coffins, driving you, driving you here straight from the plane, and having you wake up in such an unfamiliar place was a little desperate, and I do apologize for it. But it is so rare for you to visit New York. 3 times in the last 15 years, was it? And you never eager to inform me you're here. I understand you still have that meeting on 53rd 53rd Street. I think that's later tonight. So I'll provide a comfortable transport I value our relationship very much. Don't get me wrong. But it is precisely because I value it that I'm going to ask you to repay a favor you owe me. You're the only one I trust to do this job. And without attracting attention, you might think I'm crazy asking you to breach the rules of our society like this. You might think it's impossible to get away with it unpunished. But in this New York, and I don't know other cities, but in this one, they really exist. And right now, it's smiling in your favor. This is how it begins. You stifle a yawn. It begins slow even. A little bit. I don't even know what that eyeball was. A little bit of red liquid left in your glass, and the crumbs on the plate remind you that nothing else. These art exhibits at least come with some decent wine and legit catering. Legit. And yeah, it's fun to talk about your works on display, even if you end up discussing it with pretty much the same person at each such occasion. You already met that one critic who keeps telling you with self-assurance authority how you should pursue a different artistic avenue. Then there's the obligated doe-eye art student who's oh so impressed with your technique. To be fair, you're not all that happy with your latest piece, but hey, it's not the worst thing you've seen tonight. That ignoble, dubious honor belongs to one of the other paintings on display. The words are hard. I need to get that shirt from Evan and Caitlin. And yet, it's Arthur, currently being paraded around by his rich parents, has barely been able to grab a bite of that fancy campus? Words. So many sociopaths to meet, so little time. For a moment, you think that maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it should take. You should take the critic's advice, cut your losses, sell out some corporation, and get it over with. I need to get water, because this is gonna be a lot, right? And as if the universe wanted to validate that train of thought, that's the exact moment your sister, Emma, decides to pop up in your view. So let me get this straight. Cushy corporate jobs are selling out, but supporting millionaires' vanity projects is totally fine with you? You're absolutely you just despise her as an artist while you're struggling to uphold a nebulous idea of what art is meant to be. She's perfect perfecting her ways of mooching off the system. Shameless prey on the little known street art and niche internet memes. She repackages them as friendly collages? I think it's collages. So it's perhaps no, do they have? Oh. Thus, perhaps no wonder the NYT has recently dubbed her a mind blowing explorer of digital art and extreme possibilities. But in spite of that, you absolutely love her as a person, even as you welcome her by smacking the back of her head, a gesture meant to convey nothing but deep affection. No, but seriously, supporting young artists, my ass. I don't know what kind of money you got for this piece, but I doubt it's even a fraction of what it's going to be worth on tax bill. The gallery owner actually said that if he had to choose his most valuable audience, it would be the IRS. And I'm pretty sure he was only half kidding. Oh, she's wonderful. He mumbled a non-answer and then went into different subjects, trying to carefully quell her repeating offers to get you a steady job. Of course, she proves to be insistent as ever. You know, sometimes I just don't get you. On one hand, you wouldn't be caught dead taking money from the indicator winner. Ugh. Words. Why? Words. Of a culture war. On the other hand, if someone gave you a chance to collaborate on some dumbass Oscar bait flick sponsored by Larry Alonson, fade out fun. You do it that shit for free. Rolls her eyes at you and asks, you know what the only difference between art scenes and cultural industry? The culture industry actually pays your bills. As you except for someone who gives up on an attempt to infuse her work with any sort of endearing quality and decide to just keep responding to the zealots. She comes to happily accept the fact that after she dies, both her and her work will up in a landfill. Oh no. When you respond that you prefer chasing a 1 in a million chance to immortalize yourself, she claims it reeks of overinflated ego. But you've been down this road too many times before to manage to accept she'll never understand the true importance, that what's truly important to you. Slowly but surely you move on to more agreeable topics. You plan to finally get hammered together, or at least recently drop the garbage Netflix show your friend had tricked you into trying out. Oh my gosh. Alright, I gotta go. I got a date. Oh girl, go. He peeks at a bunch of middle-aged men in expensive suits who have stopped pretending to care about the exhibit and are exchanging the worst literature. Oh, jeez. Leech. Gross. Ugh. I really need to get someone who knows words to read this in jokes they have got in their tell repertoire. Have fun with your friends, class traitor. She gives you a hug and heads to the elevator. There goes the pleasant part of the evening. Still, you decide to delay the inevitable and catch a quick smoke break. Truth be told, people aren't exactly lining up to chat about your work anyway. As you leave your post, you start tapping your pockets in search of a lighter. Instead, find a $100 bill you absolutely sure wasn't there before. Jesus Christ, Em, you're the worst. And the best. You can still feel your cheeks turn red, but you're grateful. Put the money in your wallet and move outside. Oh, this is pretty. Look at this. What? it's pretty pretty. Pretty pretty pretty. The green glow too, jeez. Oh, green's helpful. Alright, maybe this is just fart. Oh, it's just a fart. It's the biggest fart I've ever seen. It's everywhere. Oh, so big. Anyway, it's a big green fart. Am I wrong? You have a big green fart everywhere. The city is covered in it. You reach the balcony and you look out at New York City. And the lights. And the lights. And the light. The. What? New York City and. I think it's the lights. Second last. Light the second. Oh, there we go. And light the second last cigarette left in the pack. You're alone. Not silent. The metropolitan hum is ever present, even this high up, but it's a good deal more intimate than what's behind your back. You lean over the railing and look down. The street lights beckon more than usual. In your mind's eye, you see yourself as your final artwork, beautifully splattered all over the pavement. Working title, Delusion of Grandeur. The author, a brilliant artistic soul crushed by unfeeling reality gone too soon. You chuckled and flicked the cigarette into the air. Freshening up by the night's air cool breeze, you squeeze back into the stuffy interior. You barely make it in a few steps before lethargically. I think it's lethargic. Yeah. I don't know. I read bad. Bad read. That's back in, and it's like you never left. Still, something in the room feels different. Your eyes are drawn to a handsome young man, neatly dressed and groomed, extruding a air of a true artiste. And the best part, he's intensely looking at your art painting. The gallery is almost like an art installation itself. Now people standing silently in silent awe. The guy that beckons drawing everyone's attention. Hushed conversations about the guests can be heard from every corner of the gallery. Your heart is pounding with excitement, and you approach, feeling like a kid trying to get close to a deer in the woods, but afraid you'll scare it away. The man turns to you and you stop in your tracks, in trance. Oh! So, this is one of your pieces. You managed to muffle affirmation. Tell me about it, please. As you start discussing your inspiration technique and process, the man's eyes lock onto the painting again. He keeps interjecting, making knowing remarks. This guy gets it. He really gets it. The world around you disappears. You'll say anything, do anything to keep his attention on you, but you realize you don't need it. He's into your art. He's into you. I want to buy it. I want your company. I need to talk to you. You will like what I have to say. Speaking matter-of-factly, served straight up, but he knows that you won't refuse, that you can't refuse. An hour later, you find yourself at his apartment. Oh, that's going too fast. One of the many you pursue, with your self-esteem all but patched up and your head full of fine vintage. You tell your host a lot. In fact, it seems like you're telling him everything. Where you come from, how'd you end up in New York City, how you had to take out a loan to appear at tonight's event, how you took a long look down the balcony, that you thought about taking the plunge, and this time you were only half joking. You feel miserable. You start crying. He holds you in his arm. Oh, jeez. This man's getting fresh with our Lamar. Come on now. You feel calmer. The tears stop flowing. It's been so long since you last had someone you could not just talk to communicate with, be seen by. Who knows? Maybe there's hope for you yet. That feeling of bliss is the last thing you remember before passing out. Next thing you know, you're lying on the couch in that same apartment, hungry and dehydrated. How long has it been? Hours? Days? More? You're feeling weak, confused, abandoned. You look around in a panic. Is he still here? Thank God, yes, there he is. Standing in the doorway, his voice breaking the silence and filling you with hope until you realize what he's saying. I'm so sorry. I hope that maybe one night you will forgive me. Always remember that in our parting moments, I wish you well. You try to speak, ask him to stay, but no voice leaves your parched throat. You taste something on your lips, wiping your mouth, leaving a crimson stain on your hands. It's not the wine. What the fuck? The door of the apartment closes behind him, alone again. Then the pain hits. The headache, a lurch in your stomach, the burning in your arms and legs. It's all you can focus on. A panic takes you. You fall from the sofa and hit a wine glass. It flies off into the wall and shatters into bits. A mumble from the corner of the room indicates that you're not as alone as you thought. From where you were lying, you can see a feminine shape stirs awake. You crawl towards the woman, inch by inch, the pain turning into an urge you want. You need to get close to her. Oh, no! He left us with a snack. You begin to see details. The long hair shrouding her face, the worn out New York City hoodie thrown over a skimpy dress. Her eyes open, moves her locks to the sides, exposing her neck. The rabbit instinct takes you. In a blink of an eye, you find yourself buried in her hair, smelling her sweat mixed with just a hint of cheap perfume. You bite down and drink the blood from her veins. Wait. Meow. What is happening? You break away and you look at the girl, and she lets out a sigh, goes limp and unconscious again. You try to crawl back, her dress rolled up at the side, and you glanced at her naked thighs. Oh, you lose control again. Oh no. Gracie, help. Help, kitty, help. You bite her leg. Nom nom nom. Drink deep from the artery. It's intoxicating. It's bliss like you've never known before. It's beautiful. You break away again, fall to your back. What the hell was that? Did you really drink her blood? She's not moving. Oh god, she's not moving. Oh. Oh. You check her pulse. She's cold to the touch. Nothing. No heartbeat. No sign of breath. That's when it hits you. Your chest isn't moving either. Your heart is not beating. You're cold to the touch. You reach for your phone. It's not there. Where did you leave it? Or maybe he took it. Impossible to say. You stumble around the apartment, but find nothing. You can use the call for help. You need to get out of here now. You look outside the window. You're high above the streets. There's no balcony. There's no building extinguishers. The exterior is glass, almost all the way down. You've never survived the. But maybe that's precisely why you should leave this way. You just killed somebody. Your life is essentially over. A sickening void is opening in your stomach, warning you that your reality is about to turn to an unbearable hell. A voice in the back of your head tells you that the smartest course of action is to take a leap before it does, and the more you argue with it, the more reasonable it sounds. You're just about ready to pick up one of the chairs and try to break the glass when you hear the click of a key in the lock. You freeze in place. This is bad. Your thoughts start racing desperately, but instead of a rational thought and action, only vision of false hopes come to your mind. What if it's him? What if he had a change of heart? What if he sent someone for me? You almost feel your heart beat again with excitement as the door opens, almost but not quite. A man enters, but not the one you were expecting. He's tall, broad shoulders, handsome, with dark skin. His suit is stylish and words. You've never seen him in your life, but you immediately see past his sharp look to see his sharp nature. He is a predator, and if you're not careful, you might become his prey. Oh, good evening. I'm here to pick you up. A deep, emotionless voice. He turns an eye to the lifeless body on the floor with the New York City hoodie and raises a brow. This isn't what it looks like. This isn't what it looks like. Please, you have to help me. That's what I'm here for, after a fashion. He approaches the bed and examines the corpse up closely. Well, this is unfortunate, but perfectly to going insane. Perfectly than going insane. Quite a nice gesture, actually, if troublesome. His brief look at you is something like pity in his eyes that changed his expression to perfectly blank one. Listen, you may be previous to your current situation as something out of the ordinary, but I've met hundreds of lost sheep like you, and you see, they tend to fall into two categories. First, there were the smart ones, those who carefully obeyed my every word and didn't pull off any stupid stunts. They always got where they needed to go safe and sound. Then there are the dumb ones, the punks who thought they could take me on, the wise ones who tried to contact someone secretly and without permission, the troublemakers who tried to run off and make a scene. None of them get to their destination in one piece. In fact, a lot of them never reach their destination at all. Dun dun dun. The man talks in a bored, professional tone, giving off an impression that he really has delivered this speech countless times before. Oh, brother. So you see, despite being a smart person, I'm a Mets fan. I love baseball, and it inspires me to come up with a 3-strike system to determine if someone's dumb. If you get on my nerves 1 or 2 times, well, I understand. Not all of us perform well in stressful circumstances. But if you do it 3 times, understand that there will be no excuse, no forgiveness, no mercy. His presence changes ever so slightly. Say, I understand, sir, now. You feel an overwhelming barrel sense to fulfill his demand. I'm just gonna say I understand, sir. Because this is like, this is a situation we really don't get in trouble with. Excellent. Alright. Have you got anyone you'd like to inform about your current situation and tell them you're alright? He flashed his fangs briefly as he talks, and for some reason the sight causes chills to run down your spine. Something's wrong with him. Someone closest to you? My sister M. She probably having a night out with Brooklyn with her artist friends. Can I call her now? Take out your phone, asking a question. It was in your pocket. That was what I was about to ask. Why did we panic and not see it's in our phone? He shakes his head and points to the hooded corpse next to him. If you want to implicate on her, go ahead. I think we all been better off if you let me make sure that she's only knows what she needs to know. Yeah, agreed. Give me her phone number. I'll have someone get in touch with her. To obligate and hand over your smartphone so he can copy the number from your list of contacts. Thank you. This will be useful to illustrate my next point. Instead of giving you back your phone, the man hides it in his pocket. From this night forward, you are subject to a different law than the ones you grew up with, and you'll be watched by many eyes to ensure these laws are protected. You are forbidden to let anybody know that you're still alive. You are forbidden to show your face anywhere they know you. If anyone comes in search of you, it's over, both for you and them. He interrupted in a monetary action was sharp, stares deep into your eyes. So if you don't want someone to find your poor sister's body in the Hudson River next week, cooperate. The sight of his fangs again, another physical flight response. You play right into his hands, putting him in danger. I can only hope that you care for her enough not to do anything foolish. By now, you're absolutely sure he's toying with you, provoking you just to feed on your reaction. He hasn't told you where you're going yet, but he's already made it absolutely clear that a lot of people struggle hard to avoid getting there. You'd be far more eager to cooperate with him, never raised the subject, but he made a point to make you fear the unknown. he, he he's pushing you, but to what end? Does he want to intimidate you into complete submission? Is he hoping that you give him an excuse to get rid of you? Or maybe he's testing you, forcing you to show what you're made of. Somehow, he makes all of these options seem plausible at once. Alright, I think that's enough lecture for today. He takes a glance at his silver watch. It's a Parquet Phillips? The kind of brand where mortals never see outside the luxury lifestyle magazine. Just who are you dealing with here? It's a luxury watch. Apparently, it's past 3 a.m. The sun will be coming up in a few hours, so we don't have much time. Come, we need to leave so that the courts be taken care of. He turned his back on you, so unlock the door. I'm just gonna go with him. Okay. He knows. I told him about my sister. I gotta be a good boy. I'm gonna be a good boy. You'll obediently follow him out because he knows something. He clearly knows something. There's something weird going on with us, and we gotta know what it is. So we gotta play nice, good boy. Nice, good boy for now. Nice, good boy for now. We'll figure it out on the way. Before he locks it again, you manage to take a final glimpse at the corpse. You feel a pang of conceit, but not consensus, but not because of your victim's horrible fate. It's because you don't feel guilty, even though you know you should. Something important inside of you that was still there yesterday was definitely died tonight. You wonder if you'd be even recognize yourself in a mirror. The stranger shows you an elevator, and you go to the ground floor. During the awkward ride, you're dazed in your mind. Deliberately searches for a glimmer of hope, and eventually comes across one. Maybe you'll find the man you've met earlier this night. Why did the man target me? What are their motives? That's what I'd like to know. As of yet, he is unidentified. They have left no trace. It's obvious they were not planning to come back for you. If, and that's a big if, ever see them again, it will be tomorrow, or probably for the last time. For the last time? What do you mean for the last time? His face said, I said what I said, and I can add for now. All I can add for now is tomorrow is a big night for you. The elevator door opens to an empty hall. Walk outside and past the night guard's post, which is empty. Cold night air reminds you of the balcony. Just a few hours ago, the man's motions to a black Escalade. He's got a fancy car. I think I'm too country. Either that or I don't know cars that much. Words are hard. Take a seat in the back, please. Get inside, and the man closes the door behind you. You can hear the click of the lock. The Escalade is almost entirely dark, and the side windows are light-proof. The man goes into the driver's seat and starts the engine and drives away without a comp. Where are we going? Where are you taking me? A safe place. Forgive me, I'm not a talkative mood. This won't be long. Drive. Patient. The dead silence fills the car. You close your eyelids, sink back into your thoughts. The blurry image of the man who brought you, bought your painting, is still there. A stranger. It's strange. You've never felt this way about anyone. It makes you happy, even though you have a nagging thought that there is something fundamentally absurd about this attraction. But then the girl's hair spilled over the purple hoodie and her blood spilling over the cool floor come to a sharp focus, and you wince. You want to cry, but it's just as if there's no more tears left for you. Or no more tears left in you. After what feels like an eternity, the car comes to a stop. And you get out into a parking lot. It's ugly, concrete, and empty. But the car you came in, it looks out from the room in a minute. And this is where I'm going to end it. So I hope you enjoyed part 1. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.